Good evening, good evening, good evening. Dr. Missy here. And I just want to come to you really, really quick and take you on a little bit of a journey that I've been on for years. It's just such an emotional time for me, meaning that it's a good emotion. It's a crazy good emotion. Crazy and good. Crazy and good. But I received an email last night, and this email, I had to have my husband to read the email to see what I was really reading was happening. Hey, India. And, I always play it cool. I'm always good. A lot of people have been asking me, Dr. Missy, how are you a screenwriter, a speaker, author, and a coach and all this? It's about your story. When you look at The Voice, when you look at American Idol, it's about your story. Let's keep stuff real. When I show people how to become speakers, build their speaking platforms, how to write books, and I coach them, it's all about the story. You are the best brand of who you are. When you look at everything that when society has collapsed, when the world has collapsed right in front of our eyes, in the rebuilding stage, it always goes back to the story. It always goes back to the mission of who you are and what you want to create. So what I want to do, just for a short time, I just want to do a reverse engineering of what COVID is. Like I told you last year, and I didn't talk about it because it was so much of discrimination about people. Y'all might not talk about it, but it was so much discrimination, and probably still is, about people who had COVID. What happened when I was in COVID, if y'all can't, for some of y'all that follow me, a lot of people that have been following me for a long time, is that last year I was booked to speak in London. I was booked to speak in France. And what y'all didn't know, I was also booked to speak in Nigeria, December the 5th. And it seemed like my whole world had collapsed because now, after all of the work and investment, everything I put out, it seemed like everything was collapsing. Well, at that time, again, I'm talking about me being COVID. Didn't know I had COVID. I was asymptomatic is what they call it. When I was in the hospital, my husband took me to the hospital, and I was looking at American Idol. Because y'all know I'm all about the reality shows that tell a story. Tell a story. And because your story matters. Never forget that. Don't let anybody take that from you. Your story matters. And I said, wait a minute. Because I'd have been in the coma, car accident, and everything else. And I said, wait a minute. I'm not feeling, something is wrong. And he said, you want me to take you to the hospital? Let me call the ambulance. I said, no, don't call the ambulance. I need you to take me. But what he did not know is that I was forcing myself to stay alert because I felt myself slipping away. And as he was taking me to the University of Michigan Hospital, which is like 15 minutes from my house, I was praying, Lord, keep me. Keep me. I don't know what's going on. COVID wasn't even on my mind. Lord, keep me. And when I got there at my University of Michigan Hospital in emergency, they have valet. And they was not letting anyone in. And I have all the footage of this, me leaving the hospital. I never posted it or anything. But when I got there, the guy was like, she has COVID. And I was like, I don't have COVID. But when they got me back there, I had a temperature of 103.5. And they immediately put me in isolation. And this is at the point when everybody was dropping dead. Not everybody, but people was falling like flies. In Michigan, I'm just a Church of God in Christ girl. I done heard the stories about there was somebody went someplace and everybody got the plague. I heard all them stories, but I wasn't a part of that. I don't even know if the story was true or not. All I know is that I was COVID. And I just prayed, Lord, don't let me go on the vent. Because people were going on the vent at that time. And I just prayed. And the whole time while I was in the University of Michigan Hospital, God kept me from going on the vent. Come on. Hallelujah. He kept me from not going on that vent. And it just so happened that when I was in the hospital, I looked at my phone. And the Fearless Women Rock Volume 2 became a #1 bestseller on Amazon. I have a notification and it popped. And then I pressed the phone and I looked at it and it became a #1 bestseller. And I posted it from my hospital bed to let the women know that all the work that they did, that we did together, collectively went #1. But when they sent me home, remind you, I'm still working from my hospital bed. I'm still being courageous, okay? Because courageous women find strength during the storm. So when I came home, again, I never talked about it to nobody. I was in the bed for a month. And every now and then, I'm posting. And then I had someone posting for me. Then my son was posting. So you never knew what was going on with me. What happened is that COVID had me, that I couldn't go from my bed to the bathroom because I was so tired and so weak that I just threw my hands up and I said, Lord, because I'm fearless now, but this is what I said. I said, Lord, I lay me down to sleep. I pray my soul to keep. I'm telling y'all for real. And if I die before I wake, and I put a smile on my face, I pray the Lord my soul to take. And I had a smile on my face because I knew where I was going. And I also said, but God, if you wake me up the next day, you got me. So when I woke up the next day, I was shocked. Matter of fact, it scared me. Because I looked around, I'm like, I'm still here. What I'm telling you is that I had to make up in my mind, my mindset had to take a whole different direction. And my mindset is, all I do is win, 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 win. And I throw my hands up, okay? All I do is win. So from that point, I had to look at COVID differently. Even though I'm in the fight, I had to look at COVID differently. And this is how I want you to look at COVID. I'm like I said in church, I ain't going to be before you long. Ain't that what they say for the ones that go to church? I ain't going to be before you long. But they end up being long, 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 long. But I ain't going to be before you long. But this is how I want you to look at COVID. Because during that time when I said I win, Diamond, come here, Snuggles. Come here. Them dogs was laying next to me, licking me, saying, like, get up. I was forcing myself to get up. I was forcing myself to send a text. I was forcing myself. I was still coaching people. Do you understand what I'm saying? I was still coaching people. Because for God I live and for God I die. And everything that I do, He's going to get the glory out of everything that I do. So I would sit up, I'm going to put on my makeup, put on a little wig or whatever I had, or a little slick the back, whatever I did, and I would do interviews. The interviews will only be about 30 minutes. And then I go lay back in my bed. Lay there. All I do is win. I want you to wake up and say, all you do is win. All you do is win. And I kept fighting, I kept fighting, I kept fighting. And I really didn't get back to myself till a couple months later. But I'm still doing interviews. I'm still coaching. I'm still being resilient. I'm still being fearless. I'm still being bold. In the face of adversity, that's what you got to do. So when you think about COVID, this is how I want you to look at it. COVID. COVID. C, create. What are you creating? What are you creating for yourself? Do you have the courage to go on? Or do you feel locked in or stuck or anything? When I say Fearless Women Rock and Volume 3 says courageous women find strength in the storm, when you come on my watch, don't come scared. You better be courageous. And if you're not courageous, but you say, Dr. Missy, I don't know how to be courageous. I don't know how to create. See? I don't know how to create. Come with me. Because I got you. But don't become a half-steppers. I'll be playing no games. Oh, I'm talking about how you shift your mind, because that's what I had to do when I had COVID. Shift your mind. What opportunities are you creating for others? What opportunities are you creating for others? Because what I found out on this journey, that it is just not about Dr. Missy getting all the light. No, I'm leaving an impact. I'm leaving a legacy. See, what you're not understanding, for all these speakers, coaches, and authors, I don't look at myself anymore as your competition, that you're my competition, because I'm leaving a legacy. Fearless Women Rock is a legacy that I'm leaving, because I'm creating opportunities for others. I'm showing them how to brand. I'm showing them how to book it, and I'm showing them how to bank it. Write that book, brand that book, and bank that book. How do you do that? V, invest in yourself and investment. When you start going to these jobs or whatever you're doing, and you stay there for a certain amount of years, they say, are you vested? Are you vested? It's two different things. Are you vested in that company? And also, are you creating an investment? Are you spending money with other people, coaches and mentors, so you can get accelerated? V is for investment. And are you invested or vested in yourself? The I. You know, I was only used to 10% for church. Praise the Lord, because will a man rob God? Yes, he will. It ain't going to be me, because I give my tithes and offering. However you roll is how you roll. But don't curse me, because I do my 10% in my offering. Malachi 3:5, I'm a Malachi 3:5 girl. Are you creating an impact? Are you an influencer? I'm an influencer. I'm laughing, but I'm crying, because I had to own that I am an influencer. And it was so hard for me to own that I'm an influencer. It was so hard for me to own that I create impact. It took me so long. With all these degrees behind my name, I had to own that I am an impact for others. I'm an influencer. And I also, as a church girl, I can give 10% back to me. I didn't know that. I gave myself a raise. I give myself more than 10%. That's personal. That's me and God. But I learned that I am an impact. I'm an influencer. And that I can create an income off of my knowledge and off of my talent. Now, when I say this to myself, I'm saying it to you. That you can create an impact. You can create income. You can become an influencer in your own niche. And I had to learn this along the way, because I made a decision that nothing should separate me from the love of God. Nothing is going to separate me from my vision, my purpose, and my goals. Nothing's going to separate me from helping people. Nothing. Because I work hard. I work hard. I work hard. So when you change that mindset about the COVID, you have to make a decision if you're going to get a shot or not. 2 shot, 1 shot, no shot. That's on you. But what I'm saying to you, you have to make a decision in your life. 2020, if it didn't kill you mentally, financially, emotionally, or you might have even did good, but somewhere along the line, you were shut down and you had to make a decision about what your next look like. And what I'm saying to you, make a decision of what your next look like. Tomorrow is not promised to none of us, but I'm leaving a legacy. So when you start changing your mindset on how you view things in the world, how you view things around you, how you view people in your life, then things will begin to change. Remember, COVID is something that they're still working on trying to figure out where it come from. But what I want you to understand is have a mind shift with COVID. You are a creator. You are courageous. You create opportunities for other people. You create opportunities for other people. You do that because you learn how to invest yourself so you can have acceleration on the process. And when you start accelerating, then you can go impact others, become an influencer, create income. But you got to do the reverse engineering. You can't start with the C. You got to start with the D. You got to reverse engineer that boy. You got to make a decision on what your next level in life is going to look like. Yes, Fearless Women Rock Volume 3 is on and popping. It's fire already on steroids. If you want to come work with me, you want to be courageous, you want to create opportunity, you want to invest in yourself, you want to make that decision, come with me. That's my call to action. Come with me. Send me a DM. Send me something. And if it's not me, find the one who you connected to that can help you take you to the next level. Who am I? I'm Dr. Missy Johnson, boo. I'm a screenwriter. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. And I'm a coach. And I'm taking women to the next level. Come work with me. It's all about your story. Your story matters. You are the creator of your own destiny. You create opportunities for others. You have to invest in yourself. But you got to make the decision. You make sure I ain't miss nothing. C, create. Yes. O, opportunities for others. V, investment. Are you vested in yourself? I, income. Can y'all somebody put that in the thing so y'all can roll with that? Income, impact, and opportunity. And D, decision. What are you doing, boo? What you doing with your life? Make that decision like I did. I'm constantly grinding. I'm constantly in the field. Constantly. And you should be too. Because the world is waiting to hear your voice. Because your story matters. Like Uncle Sam. Your story matters. Everybody got a story. Rock your story. You'll be seeing my movie on the big screen. I can't wait. I'm still like in surreal. But you know what? God gets the glory out of my story. And if he don't get the glory out of my story, I can't do it. You know that's Snuggles, 2 dogs. Snuggles is 90210. That's the white dog. And in the hood, in Michigan, it's 48205. 48205 is Diamond. Diamond is 48205. Because she could run with the wolves. But Snuggles, 90210. And thank you so much. I love you. Fearless Women Rock. COVID. Change your mindset. Change it. Create the opportunities. Create the opportunities. Invest in yourself. Make the decision to do so. Reverse engineering. And I promise you, never give up on the fight. Because the world is waiting to hear your story. Dr. Missy here. DM me if you want to work with me.